One of the most engaging experiences when Indian cinema was devoid of thrillers on the OTT platform was when I saw the Tamil film directed by Ram Kumar titled Ratsasan starring Vishnu Vishal in the lead role. There was something extremely interesting about the screenplay of the film that naturally gravitated me towards the progression of events. When it was announced that Akshay Kumar is a part of the remake of the film and that the movie has been completed in a brief schedule from London to Dehradun and has been condensed in its running time, my red flags flared up on how this would transpire. As I have to review the film rather than create a comparative analysis, let me tell you about the movie and then eventually talk about how it was quite tricky to touch gold, especially if you're not willing to dig deep. The film focuses on Arjun Sethi, played by Akshay Kumar, an aspiring writer who is pitching his idea of a thriller movie on serial killers to Punjabi filmmakers. When there seems to be no hope on the project getting greenlit, he, on the request of his sister and brother-in-law, joins the police force. His interest in the new job peaks further as there are abductions and wild murders of schoolgirls taking place in Kasauli. Noticing a pattern of the gruesome circumstances, Arjun puts his knowledge of serial killers to use in order to catch a hold of the individual responsible for such heinous crimes. How Arjun deals with the hierarchy of the police force, a romantic interest, and family equations taking center stage in the process of finding the culprit forms the basic premise of Cuttputlli. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch it on DisneyPlus Hotstar or not. The good. Cinematography. I have to definitely agree that the film visually looks as interesting as the original film, and credit has to be given to cinematographer Rajiv Ravi for the same. To capture the hill station crime thriller genre that has become hugely popular on streaming platforms, one needs to showcase a sense of dread in the small town through either an overcast or lack of sunshine. It's almost as if the visuals of the film have this constant presence of clouds that have enveloped the town, fitting the mood of the regular abductions and gruesome murders taking place. This overview of the hill station, the time-lapse of days passing by as new developments and targets are created, it creates the right atmosphere that actually fits perfectly with the theme of the film. I only wished and hoped that the writing and adaptation skills could match the visuals of this movie. Akshay Kumar and Sargun Mehta. I think from the script that was handed over to the cast of the film, there were only two people who could create even a slight impression. Akshay Kumar is almost in autopilot mode in this film as Arjun Sethi, and that's not meant to be a diss, but the very fact that he is too experienced to get a role wrong that does not require him to do anything different from what he is used to. He is physically agile, looks relatively youthful, something that the writers also want you to remember by the way, and partially delivers in its fleeting emotional scenes. Chandrachud Singh is given the opportunity to be his guiding light as he joins the police force, but it pales in comparison to the exceptional depth provided by Ramdas, especially in context to the most hard-hitting scene from the original film. Rakulpreet Singh also just flows through the motions of the film, accounting for some really awkward romantic moments with Akshay. It is Sargun Mehta and her confidence with Akshay that really impressed me. If you especially see their first meeting, the way Sargun puts Akshay's character in his place and tells him to fetch cigarettes for her, you see a formidable actor that has barely been explored in Hindi cinema. While her turncoat from a writing point of view is absurd, she and Akshay are the only convincing elements of a thriller that has been remade in an extremely rudimentary and clumsy manner. The underwhelming aspects. Promotional songs. I saw the songs that were utilized in the promo of this film and I wondered who even approved of these songs to fit the theme of the film. How are they dancing in front of planes with foreign women dressed as air hostesses, and how the hell is this going to fit in the screenplay? I was told by several people. What you don't understand, Jamie, is that these are songs to sell the music rights for business. Are you mad? No way is this going to be a case of Burj Khalifa and Lakshmi randomly playing. And well, to those experts, I have to say that the makers delivered exactly that. When the movie is in the thick of things, abductions and murders have enveloped the city, trust the creators of this film to uncomfortably place the song Sathya as the movie transitions from a birthday party to Akshay and Rakulpreet shaking a leg in random locations. How does one expect the audience to be invested in the case when you're too busy shooting random songs and forcing it down their throat in random intervals? The abrupt shift of tonality is hilarious. The background score and loss of charm. One of the biggest standout qualities of Ratsasan as a film was the bone-chilling background score composed by Gibran. That, assisted by the inventive editing of the film, really did make your heart stop in several occasions. I have to give you an example in context to the same. There is a moment in this film where Akshay and Sargun are waiting for the abduction to take place, only for a car to block their view. While in the Hindi film, this moment is passed off as a regular moment. The Tamil film makes it a point to create a rhythm with its visuals and background score, making you genuinely curious of what's going to happen next. While the Hindi film is in a rush to just shoot scenes and move on, the Tamil film wants you to stay in the moment, sink deep in the psychological state of the police and the culprit. And this especially becomes clear when the writing is not to assist the story, but the hero in this case. Laughable writing and screenplay. There is a constant shift of this film's mood that does not let you get fully invested in the case because the writers of the film want you to be invested in the gruesome nature of the murders, but also in the romantic track between Akshay and Rakul. You know what's crazy? While the Tamil film made me actually believe the journey of Vishnu Vishal from a writer to a policeman, the journey in this case with Akshay is so abrupt that it makes it almost laughable. Making him have degrees in BCom, criminal psychology and film studies, you almost want to make Akshay a hero who saves the day versus what the character originally was. Invested, curious and most importantly, an underdog. You have unnecessary comedic gags like an Alzheimer's patient happy dancing to his dead wife, pitching a movie idea to a probable criminal, or Akshay pointing towards a suspect's jewels and saying, "Ab bolega ki yahan se bulwa दूं." You have cringeworthy lines like Rakul accusing Akshay of being a male chauvinist and a stalker, Sargun saying things like "मेरे butt पे भी गोली है, वो दिखाऊं," or Akshay offering Rakul soft drinks and her replying, "नहीं, मैं soft नहीं पीती." Akshay smiles in Namaste London mode and says, "How nice." This is all happening when the gruesome murders have enveloped the city, making you neither be overwhelmed by the case or invested in his personal relationship, in a rush to complete and paling in comparison to the original. The problem precisely of why this film turns out to become absolutely average and clumsy in its treatment is because the movie is in a constant rush to conclude the case. A 2-hour 50-minute screenplay is condensed to 2 hours and 15 minutes, and while the circumstances are inhumane, it almost comes across as any other case. Emotional moments are fleeting, the gruesome actions don't make your heart drop or sink like the original, and the saddest part, the climax or the ultimate reveal of the motive is so rushed and abrupt that you barely can feel any empathy of what transpired in one's life. You know what's crazy is that the absurd elements of Ratsasan like attacking playing cards is kept, but the emotional depth is forgotten and ignored in this film's screenplay. Even if this film was a scene-to-scene copy for those who have not seen the original film, they would have definitely been way more invested. It's genuinely as if Akshay had to shoot for his next film and the creators needed to wrap up as soon as possible, making the screenplay so rushed and haphazard that it absolutely pales in comparison to the technical prowess and emotional depth of the original film. There really needs to be a wake-up call regarding, if not remakes, but the way they are remade, because this just wasn't it. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.